Easy Story House. The Wonderful Musician. This is the story of a wonderful musician. The musician lives in the forest. He likes to think and think. One day he says, I am going to find a good friend for myself. He takes his fiddle from his back. He plays the fiddle and music sounds through the trees. A wolf comes through the bushes. The musician says, "Ah, here comes the wolf. But I don't want him." The wolf comes up to the musician. The wolf comes closer and closer. The wolf says to the musician, "What beautiful music! Teach me how to play such beautiful music." The musician says, "Follow me." The musician takes the wolf to an old oak tree. There is a hole in the oak tree. The musician says, "Look, here is the oak tree. Put your feet into this hole." The wolf says, "Okay." The musician quickly puts the stone over the wolf's feet. The wolf can't move. The musician says to the wolf, "Stay here until I come back." The musician leaves the wolf. He is walking through the forest. He is thinking and thinking. He says, "I am going to find another friend." The musician takes his fiddle from his back. He plays the fiddle and music sounds through the trees. A fox comes through the trees. The musician says, "Ah, here comes the fox. But I don't want him." The fox comes up to the musician. He comes closer and closer. He says to the musician, "What beautiful music! Teach me how to play such beautiful music." The musician says, "Follow me." The musician and fox walk through the forest. They arrive at a footpath with high bushes on each side. The musician says to the fox, "Give me your left foot." He ties the left foot to the bush. The musician says to the fox, "Give me your right foot." He ties the right foot to the bush. The fox cannot move. The musician says, "Stay here until I come back." The musician leaves the fox. He is walking through the forest. He is thinking and thinking. He says, "I am going to find another friend." The musician takes his fiddle from his back. He plays the fiddle and music sounds through the trees. A little hare is springing towards him. The musician says, "Ah, here comes the hare, but I don't want him." The hare comes up to the musician. He comes closer and closer. He says to the musician, "What beautiful music! Teach me how to play such beautiful music." The musician says, "Follow me." The musician and hare walk through the forest. They arrive at an open space in the forest. There is a tree in the open space. The musician ties a long string around the hare's neck. He ties the other end to the tree. The musician says, "Now, little hare, run 20 times around the tree." The little hare says, "Okay." The hare runs 20 times around the tree. The hare cannot move. The musician says to the hare, "Stay here until I come back." The wolf pushes and pulls the stone. He pulls his feet out of the hole. He is now free. He is angry and runs after the musician. The fox sees him and says, "Brother Wolf, please help me, please." So the wolf helps the fox. The wolf and fox run after the musician. The hare sees them and says, "Brother Wolf, Brother Fox, please help me, please." So the wolf and fox help the hare. The wolf, fox, and hare run after the musician. The musician is playing his fiddle. A poor woodcutter listens to the music. He comes up to the musician. The musician says, "Here is my friend." The wolf, fox, and hare find the musician. They run at the musician. But the woodcutter stands before the musician. The wolf, fox, and hare are afraid. They run back into the forest. The musician never sees them again. The musician is grateful to the woodcutter. He plays one last beautiful song for the woodcutter. The musician leaves the woodcutter. The musician goes back to the forest.